Right, so this type of video is not my thing. It's not usually what I do, but I thought I'd just put my little opinion in because basically I've gone on YouTube and Facebook and various other places and I've found, everybody's having a stab at Gibson. Everyone's poking fun at them and, generally just being nasty. Now I do remember not so long ago when people did the same with Messer and they did the same with EMG as well. They were slagging off, your pickups are stale, have got no tone, they're a pile of shit. Comments like that, and rectifiers are so loose and awful sounding and way overpriced and all that kind of bollocks. And it really got on my nerves. And I love both those brands, okay, so I'm not associated with Gibson or Messer or EMG for that matter. But that doesn't stop me from appreciating them and kind of liking them as well. Now, I've been on some of these videos and actually watched them. And basically what's happened is Gibson put one guitar out that had a chip on their website, promoting that guitar. It happened earlier in the year, it wasn't so long ago. And then they've also done another guitar that's got a cracked neck. Now, we all know that Gibson, for years, if you only have to go on eBay and try and look for the Gibson, you can find loads with neck repairs where the headstock's popped off. And that's basically down to just the way they are designed. Now, I know that's not acceptable and I'm not 100% happy about that, but that's been going on for years. And you have to accept that the Gibson Les Paul is a classic. It's a classic design, just like a Fender Strat, a Telecaster, Marshall JCM 800s, Messer Boogies, all these iconic classic pieces of gear what we all love. The Gibson Les Paul's earned its place rightfully. And I think that, we've all lived for God knows how many years knowing that Les Pauls are quite renowned for the headstock popping off if you drop them because of the string tension, the way they're designed. It just pops off sometimes and you have to get it repaired. And we've lived for that for many, many years, as far as I can remember. And then all of a sudden, it's not acceptable anymore. Which is that's fair enough. And there's other people, saying, the CEO, is not up to it, and people are falling out at Gibson. There's a couple of artists gone mad, saying it's crap, I wouldn't touch them with a barge pole and all of that. And fair dues, I appreciate all that, but let me put one thing to all the Gibson haters out there. Gibson Les Paul Studios and the Gibson Tributes, which have just come out in 2017, they are priced around, you can pick them up sometimes if you're really lucky, like now, in the next few weeks before Christmas and all the new stuff comes out in January, you'll find some bargains around, some Gibson bargains, studios and tributes. They will be around and you'll be able to pick them up for £600 or £700. At the moment they're around for 800ish. Now, all I'm saying is that they're made in USA and they are probably the last brand I know, of any major weight that is actually making guitars in America and still affordable. And I think that is something, although I'm not American, obviously I'm from the UK, but that is something that is really important that I think is worth clinging on to for me personally. £800 for a guitar that is USA made, and the studios, yeah, they're a bit hit and miss, but so are all guitars. All guitars are hit and miss. You can pick up any guitar in a shop and play it and think it's great, then order one online and it might sound or feel or play or just be a touch different. It might be a different tree, for God's sake. There's all kinds of things that come into play. Somebody different has probably put the guitar together. So that's all I'm saying. Leave Gibson alone. It's a new trend. Let's hate Gibson and jump on the bandwagon, and I don't think they deserve it. They've created one of the most iconic guitars arguably ever. It's up there with the Strats and Telecasters. Let's leave them alone. Let's just hope that nothing does happen to Gibson, because they're an iconic brand and we don't want the Gibsons, Marshalls or Fenders coming under any we don't want them ending. We don't want brands like that with all that history ending, in my opinion. I know you're going to go mad on this. I'm going to get trolled to hell, I do anyway, I'm not that bothered, but that's my opinion. Leave Gibson alone, you know. If they have got some issues, let them sort it out. There's no excuse for putting damaged guitars on the website. That's a huge blunder, and that kind of proves that whoever was in charge of that knows nothing about guitars. Whoever does the photos, whoever does the website, whoever took the damn pictures knows nothing about guitars whatsoever and didn't realise how much harm that was going to do. I can't criticise people criticising that, but let's not go to town on Gibson and start ripping to shreds and saying I hope they go under, I hope they're no more and that. That would be stupid and it'd be a huge loss. So, thanks very much for watching. If you want to watch some real videos that are just about this kind of crap, then go watch my other ones. Thanks a lot. Please subscribe below.